What is up, everybody? I figured I'd talk a little bit about what everybody's talking about today, which is Call of Duty. I don't know if you guys remember that game way back in the day. Prior to Fortnite, we used to play this game where we had guns and we ran around on the map with them and we killed other people, and then the game would end and you would either win or lose, and then you would go back into another map. And then some of us, the more crazy versions of us, mostly that talk in, you know, New York slang, wannabe New York slang, tried to play that game at a competitive level, and some people are continuing to try. So if you guys haven't kept up with Call of Duty because of all of the hype that was left out of World War II, you know, it was a great game at the very beginning because it was returned to the boots on the ground, and then we realized it wasn't a great game. There was a couple of management changes within Activision Sledgehammer, I believe, and ever since then they've changed a lot. You know, there was a complete overhaul of DLC, or yeah, DLC, and also things that could be put in the game, such as you know, weapon camos. The camos went from realistic to now we're trying to do basically what Fortnite does and just entertain people. So that was the first step, you know. Then that's when you have the whole leprechaun. You shoot the leprechaun on the map and he gives you full streaks. I haven't even touched the game in forever. In fact, the gameplay that you're probably watching right now, I'm gonna get in the next 30 minutes. So wish me luck on that, because it'll probably take a while. So they, first of all, Sledgehammer, the game, changed 4 main things and then goes further into detail about like 30 other things. So those 4 main changes that have happened, that are going to happen in the next 3 days on World War II, is that there's now a 4th new ability in every division. So all of the things that come on the gun, or that come with each gun per division. So you have like the silencer on the on this SMGs that you can pop on if you're running that particular class. You have the bipod on the LMGs if you're running that particular class. The sharpshooter on the sniper rifles if you're running that particular class. And I think the last one is the shotgun fire shells. So now if you just have a shotgun on any class or a sub on any class, you can use that special ability, which opens up a new slot on all of those divisions. So that's the first thing that they changed. They've also removed Prime. Primed is something that has been talked about from the beginning of the game. Basically, at competitive wise, you had to use primed at the beginning of the game. Then they nerfed it. Then you didn't have to use it, but everybody in pubs still used it because that way you could get an extra attachment. So they've removed it all together, and they've given 3 attachments to every single class. So it's kind of like classic Call of Duty, where everybody, you know, has the same amount of attachments, and they've gotten rid of primed altogether. So another thing that they added is tactical equipment and launchers to you know, to every class basically. So I believe, I don't know about the launchers part, but I believe every single class is now going to have 1 tactical grenade and 1 explosive grenade, or primary grenade, whatever those, you know, whatever you want to call those. So banged, that combat training or basic training has now been removed, and so it's kind of more of like a classic Call of Duty feel, like a COD 4 feel, I guess. You know, you gotta nade, you gotta stun, instead of having to either choose one or the other, or you choose like a class where you get both. You know, you just automatically have both now. And probably the craziest part, the 4th and last global change that they had on the entire game, is that there is now unlimited sprint on every single class. That is crazy. I don't even know if has there ever been a game in Call of Duty where there is unlimited sprint regardless? Like, it's not a perk, or it's not like, you know, a different, maybe in some of the jetpack games, I don't know. I know in Ghosts you had to run marathon as well. So yeah, there's now unlimited sprint on every single class. You don't have to choose a perk or a basic training or anything like that. So I guess what they're trying to do is they've really listened to the community and said that the game is basically boring. It's basically, you know, it's stale and it's slow. So they're trying to switch it up a little bit in a crazy way. And in the history of Call of Duty, there have been some crazy patches. You know, there's been the patch that nerfed the PDW and the MSMC in Black Ops 2, huge patch, and also the DSR in Black Ops 2, crazy patch that we all, you know, remember. You know, there have been other ones that I can't think of right off the top of my head, but you know, there have been big patches that have completely overhauled an entire game. Or the, oh wait, what was it? The MTAR patch in Ghosts. So it went from being an MTAR and a Vector and, you know, somebody running the Remington to basically nerfing the MTAR and completely overhauling the Vector to the point where there were eight Vectors on the map. So there's been big patches, but there has never been a complete change of the entire game. Like, not that I can remember. So this is pretty crazy. And I think it's a good thing for the public version and how many people are gonna play this the game now. I think more people are gonna at least try this out, try this new patch, and this basically new game. It's a completely new game, but I don't know how it's going to fare for competitive, which obviously is one of the more important parts personally for me, because I love competitive Call of Duty. So they've also changed different things about, you know, all of the different divisions. So let's just get into it. Infantry now has it still has an additional primary attachment. You can also swap weapons faster, and your pistol has a second attachment, and then everything else is pretty much the same. Airborne, you can reload while sprinting. You can fire guns while sprinting and diving. You climb obstacles faster, and you sprint faster over time. So Airborne just got a nutty buff. Like, it's not only Airborne, but it's kind of like Airborne, Gung Ho, and Lightweight all into one division, because you sprint faster over time, and then and dexterity. Like it's that Airborne division went from being basically, you know, one division and you get a silencer to now it's being a division plus 4 perks, and then you also get a basic training and you also get attachments. So that's gonna be pretty crazy. Airborne, I think that'll speed the game up a whole lot, especially in competitive. I don't know how well the the Gung Ho version, or what that's going to do for competitive, but we'll see, I guess. Armored is the next, and greatly reduces flinch when shot, which is basically, you know, what primed used to do. Increases bullet penetration through surfaces, which is FMJ, and immune to shell shock and tactical equipment, and you take significantly less explosive damage and fire damage, obviously, which is what armored has always been. So FMJ, which, if you don't know, if you don't care or watch competitive Call of Duty, was banned because of how, you know, overpowered it was. You know, you could basically shoot through anything on this game, so it comes equipped in armored, and people use armored all the time in competitive right now. So I don't think they're going to be able to ban the whole class. So I guess if you're running armored, you're going to be hella slow, but nothing explosive is going to kill you. You're not even going to get, I don't even think you're going to get damage, or stuns aren't going to affect you, and you can shoot through anything. So if you're running armored, you're going to be a turret, which makes complete sense for what they were trying to go with the LMG, because obviously armored is the LMG class. So in competitive, that's what you're going to see the slow players run. Octane is probably going to have 37 armored classes, but it should, you know, we'll see how that plays out. I'm sure there's going to be some complaints. I can see people getting pretty upset about the FMJ feature. So Mountain is also in the game. Silent movement, how there's always been silent. Killed enemy death locations are hidden, and no name or reticle is popped up when enemies aim at you, and then obviously you can't be seen by recon drones and streaks. So Mountain hasn't changed too much, except for the fact that you're basically invisible. In Modern Warfare 2, I know for a fact that Cold-Blooded Pro gave you that feature, which is actually pretty insane. You know, not a lot of people used it in competitive, but I think Mountain Division is going to be amazing for snipers in competitive, and it's going to be amazing for, like, you know, really try hard people in pubs. So we'll see how that goes. Expeditionary is back. I believe double lethal and tactical and enhanced equipment use. So that's what it always has been, is that you have twice as many nades and stuns, which is kind of strange. And I think Expeditionary even got banned in competitive. So, you know, coming from my point of view, this isn't that much different, but ammunition is replenished from enemies over time, so it's basically scavenger, not that big of a deal. Improved tacticals and easier to destroy war buildables. Wow, they introduced something about war into Expeditionary, so that'll be kind of cool, I guess, to see. And equipment damage paints enemies on mini map, so that's going to be weird. Whenever you hit somebody with a stun, or you know, tag somebody with a nade, they pop up on the mini map. So that seems like it would be kind of cool for pubs, but it seems a little tiny bit broken for competitive. So we'll see where that goes. I don't even know if that's probably going to stay either banned or gentleman's agreemently banned. So we'll see where that goes. And the resistance, which I've never even used in the first place, the resistance, what is it, division. So enemies are easier to hear. So it's kind of like Sitrep Pro. Minimap indicators and scramblers of close hostiles. So that's like Scrambler. Kills and assists grant intel ping of nearby enemies. That's kind of weird. I believe there was a perk like that in Black Ops 3 where it would like ping you when enemies were close by. Again, not a very competitive thing, but it'd be cool to try out in pubs. And it's easier to spot targets and increase minimap coverage. So that might be the scoped basic training, where you would aim down sights and you could see people's name pop up from really, really far away. And it made it, you know, pretty easy to spot people and a lot easier to kill people. So I don't think resistance is in competitive in the first place, but I think it would be cool to see where that goes in pubs as well. So everything else is just fine-tuned different things, and it's honestly like way too much to mention. There's different loadouts, different you know, 30% reduction of range on the pistol suppressor, and the SMG suppressor is a 30% range reduction, like a ton of different things that I don't really want to read out, and I don't think you guys want me to read out in the first place. So I will put a link to the actual Deserto article that I'm reading right now. And you guys can check out all of those features, but the main features are the 4 things that they changed globally about the game, and the list of different things that they've changed about the divisions. You know, I don't know. We'll see. You know, it's better than them not trying. You know, I think this is a quality move. I think this is going to be fun, definitely, for pub players. I even checked the YouTube video of them announcing it to see what the comments and things were like, and it seems overwhelmingly positive. You know, a lot of the people in the comments with a lot of upvotes were saying, "Wow, I might even try this out now," or "I might." Or thank you for listening to us. So props to Activision and Sledgehammer for listening to the community, figuring it out, and trying their damnedest to compete with Fortnite. That's what it seems like everybody's doing. So, you know, props to Fortnite too. Thank you for forcing Activision to listen to us. So that's going to do it for today. Down in the comments, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think you'll play Modern Warfare? Do you think you'll play World War II now? Or do you think, you might watch other people play it more to see what it's like? Or are you just going to stick to whatever game you know best and continue to talk mad shit about Call of Duty? Let me know down in the comments, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not telling you to subscribe, but please don't unsubscribe, and you don't have to like the video. Just please don't dislike it. That's going to do it. We'll see you next time. Peace.